with us, we had a little more of a complicated tax thing because I was doing exactly what you are doing up until about 2017. Once I started doing the Plastic City Comic Con, it changed things a little bit because I needed the ability to, I would still be doing taxes the same way that you are, but I needed the ability to write checks as my
As a
business
company.
entity. Yeah,
Right.
exactly. So I went to my account, and this is something else everybody could do. Because I hear a lot of, sometimes I'll hear an artist and a creator be like, well, I have an LLC and all this stuff. And it's like, that's almost like overkill for your business. Like, and I know this is different in different states, but my accountant advised me to get a business certificate, which,
So
okay,
I
go
was
ahead.
just going to say my take on an LLC is it's good to have, because if there ever is a lawsuit to come from any of your business related things,
Yeah.
they're suing the LLC, not you as a person.
Right. That's the reason
So
to have it.
that's a good reason to have it. So if you ever have like a legal dispute about, one of your projects, whatever,
Yeah.
it's good that you have that separation of home and work where they can't take your house from you. You know what I mean?
Right. But would you advise like an indie creator to do that? Like I almost like, it's a lot of money to set it up, and then I think it's a lot of money to maintain it, right? Every year.
If you're going to go as far as to make this a good portion of your income, and you're going to do a lot of work, and let's say that you do a lot of handshake deals
Yeah.
where you don't have contracts that are sealed, that's where you'd want to protect yourself.
Gotcha.
Is like if you're not the type to hey, I want everything in paper, then you'd want to protect yourself and have an LLC in that regard.
Yeah. That would probably be, yeah, exactly. So that's the, so when I talked to my accountant, he went over the LLC thing and he went over the business certificate thing. He advised the business certificate because, you know, we, it's just me and Amy. He was saying like,
Right.
if if you had employees, LLC would be more the way to go. Then you would protect yourself from everything you were talking about.
Right.
So
But if you have if you start W2ing people,
yeah, exactly.
that's a little different, right?
Yeah. So yeah, so I went with the business certificate, and that was like we had to go to our city's like city hall basically, and get it, from them. And I think it wasn't nothing crazy. It was like $40 maybe,
Yep.
$50, and
You
it's, you got to renew it every 4 years or something like that. And but it allows you to be like a business entity, like so we started a checking account that just is for the business, and I'm able to write checks as Reckless Sidekick, which is our business name,
right.
so
Right. So you could
and
also get a tax identity number, so you don't use your
yes,
social.
yeah,
You're using a 10.
yeah. And I think with this, we have the business certificate, but it also, the income is still under, I think it's still under my social security number. So I save all the stuff that you're talking about, all the receipts, all the, I get 1099s from Square, I get 1099s from Venmo now, and I get 1099s from PayPal and all that stuff. So, because I have my Venmo for my personal, and then I have a Venmo for business, so, and that all gets reported, and, all that fun stuff. So,
Right. Right.
so yeah, I don't know. So I would advise a new creator to, same thing, like look into what works for you, save
Every
every time you
receipt,
spend a buck on
yeah,
anything.
breakfast, lunches, dinners when you travel, business meetings, your
Yeah,
luggage receipts,
every
everything,
yeah,
everything.
gas money.
So gas receipts, that's one thing I found out, is that if it's only fill ups for business related matters in your vehicle, or if you get a rental while you're out traveling, because I do a lot of the shows
Yeah.
traveling, and you have to fill up that gas tank, that gets written off as well. But
Yeah, that's what I do. Like I will save the receipt when I go to before we drive this weekend, before we go to drive to Boston. I'll fill up my tank and I will save that receipt, and then I will write on it Wicked Comic Con, so I know it was used for business,
right. I usually so what I'll do, another tip and trick that I do, and you've seen me do it before, Keith, is that I always snap a photo of the receipt with my cell phone, and then I immediately upload it to a Dropbox folder that has every single one of my receipts from all my taxes. So even if I lose the paper receipt, it's there in a photo format.
Oh, that's a great idea too that I don't do. That's not bad because I tend to save all the receipts and then I put them in a pile, and then each month as I get my statement from the bank, I go through it and I write everything down then, just so I have it for the end of the year and I'm not trying to do the whole year at once. So I try to sit down once a month and do all that stuff.
If you can pre-itemize, kind of like prepare yourself for when you have to put all that information into the system.
and kind of remember where you spent the money,
Right.
That's the key,
Exactly. And obviously you want to show profit, so the least you write off, the less you write off, the more you make, the more you're in the profits,
Yeah, definitely. And then what was that other one I was going to say? Oh yeah, and if you can possibly, as your business gets bigger, I think it behooves you to try to kind of separate your accounts. Like I try to put all the Plastic City stuff in one account and don't touch it for anything else but Plastic City related things, which is my Comic-Con. So
dedicated accounts is definitely a very smart move, because then
that way you have
statements
that there, the bank, and you know what you have in the business, and you try to just to the best of your ability. Like I still have to spend some of my own money from my job to do certain things, but I'm getting to the point where it's going to just all be in the business, which is what I want it to be,
Right.
It takes a while to get that way,
It does take
you have to build it up, and as well as I do that profits for conventions are all over the place. Sometimes they're great, sometimes they're not so great,
Well, it's not like a regular job where you can say I'm definitely getting this amount of money every month.
Right, exactly. It's ups and downs, so
right.
Wouldn't be a business if it wasn't, right? So,
right.
But I think we covered just about everything, don't you think?
I think actually we could probably talk at just ad nauseum about all the little intricacies of things things that you can do to, kind of tax proof your creative your creative lifestyle and things of that nature. But I mean, as far as the basics go, I think we covered a lot. I mean, maybe we could do another video in the future
we could probably get into the minutia. We'll see how this one does, and then
I would also encourage people watching this video, ask questions. You know what I mean? Make a question in the comments, and then when we do another video, or we can just make a follow-up video that replies to those questions.
Right. Yeah. Let us know what if you have specific questions on taxes, what you guys do, what you think we could help you with, that kind of thing, and we'll definitely.
And I just want to reiterate that, or just to kind of make a point that we're not tax professionals. We're only really sharing experience,
exactly. Yeah.
From our own experience of doing taxes with our creative endeavors.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. But all right, everybody, that was it for this one. Hopefully you got some info out of it that you could find useful and can incorporate into your creative life and your creative ventures, and like we said earlier, just drop us some questions, comments, anything. We love to hear from you. Subscribe, like as usual, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching.
Sci-Fi for Me is about to take you on an incredible journey into the realms of science fiction, fantasy, and horror. Interviews with writers, filmmakers, artists, and actors. Conventions and fandom. previews and reviews of movies and television. Sci-Fi for Me is working to be the most popular science fiction magazine in the solar system. Subscribe now and enter the fantastic world of Sci-Fi for Me, delivering the multiverse since 2009.